All right, what the fuck's going on, cousins? It's your boy AJ Red. I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show, and I'm back to discuss this Carlie Russell bullshit. I almost said Carlie Red. Anyway, we're gonna talk about this shit one way or another. I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, but my shundo won't let me keep quiet. So, therefore, fuck it. Here we go. It's the AJ Red Show, starring me, AJ Red. Look, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Y'all ready to get into this next topic? Let's go. Oh shit, what's going on? Like I said, it's me, your boy AJ Red, and I'm back again with another episode of the AJ Red Show. And tonight we're gonna talk about this Carlie Russell bullshit. But before we get into all of that, please, if this is your first video, please go ahead now and hit the subscribe bell to make sure that when I upload these videos or go live, you're one of the first ones to come down here to the motherfucking thing and comment and let me know what you thought about the video and all that shit, right? Second thing I need y'all to do is go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. That's the like button. That helps your boy out a lot. Also, please do not forget to share these motherfucking videos. You know, y'all know my speech. I'm going to give it to y'all at the end. But those of y'all who are actually faithful subscribers, y'all know the motherfucking speech at the end of the video. Feel free to always comment because I want to know what you guys thought about the video. I want to know what you guys thought about me and the presentation and also the topic of the video, right? Anyway, going ahead and jumping right into the motherfucking video. I said I wasn't going to say a mumbling word, but here I go. I'm just saying, fuck it. Freedom of speech. I'm going to say what the fuck I want. So the situation with this girl, Carlie Russell. A few days ago, it came up that she was over there in Hoover, Alabama, and some kind of way she fucked around there and come up missing. Now, they say she came up missing on her own recognizance. That's what the fuck we come to understand. Now, the story goes like this. Wrote a song about it, like the hit go. Now, don't sue me over copyrights over there with what this shit was, living color, but they out of business number. Anyway, the bottom line is, the story went like this here. She was going down some road over yonder ways over there in Hoover, motherfucking Alabama, and she said that she saw a toddler or a baby somewhere on side the fucking road in the middle of the night or somewhere at dark time, as my nephew would say. She pulled the fuck over. She said she was going to rescue the baby. She was going to see what the fuck was going on. She was trying to be, you know, not the damsel in distress, which she ended up being per her story, but she was trying to rescue a child. She was trying to fuck around in with the ambulance and see what's going on with the child. Now, when the story broke, y'all all know that everybody in Alabama, you know, the country folk and shit like that, including the Caucasian people, lay around there and want to know what the fuck happened. She was missing for 48 hours until her discovery. In between that time, she came up missing. She pulled on the side of the road. She saw a toddler. She got the fuck out the car, and she went to go check on the baby, right? And somewhere in between that, she came the fuck up missing. So now I'm gonna tell y'all, I didn't come jump on this bullshit like I always tell y'all as soon as it break news, because I want to sometimes see what the fuck the outcome gonna be, or see what the fuck is going on. And in this case, bitch, you lying. I mean, I can't say it no other way. All the rest of y'all gonna lay around and fluff it up, you know, kid gloves and all that shit. Bitch, you lying. The motherfucking math ain't mathing, the evidence ain't evidencing, and so we got some shit to discuss. So, again, she came up missing. She saw a child on the side of the road. She pulled over to help the child, right? Bitch came up missing 48 hours. The weed was in the car. The Apple Watch was in the car. The snack she had picked up was in the car. And her phone, and the car was running with the air conditioning and everything. 'Cause you know, very few black folk got air conditioning in their shit. But they say the AC was running. That's how I think about it. The lights were on and the car was parked on the side of the road. Now, looking at the video and even the footage of the picture, you couldn't see very fucking much out there in the dark. And I'm pretty sure there wasn't no motherfucking toddler just roaming around in the middle of the fucking night waiting for somebody to come around and rescue it. So we've been following this story. Things have been hatching left, right, and sideways, up, down, and shit like that. So the next thing I saw when I heard the story broke, the next thing I saw when the bitch lay around there and resurfaced from all the bullshit, came around and the parents got on the morning show and all that shit in the interviews. Oh yeah, our daughter is distraught. You know, she's feeling bamboozled about the mind. She's feeling crazy about the mind, like my grandma say. She's been missing. Somebody has abducted her. We don't know precisely if she's been sexually abused or raped or anything. And the parents are pretty much saying what I saw, because you know I got the 9 to 5 and shit. I got to pay the bills, and I was getting out the car and I saw this shit on the way to work. And so the people had said the parent was on there and the parent was being interviewed and the mama was doing all the motherfucking talking. That's why if you look at the picture in the background, I crapped out everybody but the mama because she was doing all the motherfucking, you know, all the yapping. She was the orientator. So the man was asking, you know, like, how's she doing? What's going on? Oh, she's distraught. You know, she need time to think about it. She need time to gather her thoughts to get herself together. She's been taken. Speaking of taken, when the bitch showed up, now we found out that they done interviewed her and looked at the phone. Now, the girl wasn't doing none of the talking. The parent was doing all the talking. Now, listen, I understand believing your daughter and trying to stand in the gap for your child. And we as the black folk, even the Caucasian folk, a.k.a. the white folk, gave money when the bitch came up missing for the search and rescue. They donated money. I don't know if it was $3,000 or $30,000, but they donated money for you know, to find the girl. And the parents are on there and they're defending her honor. They're saying that she's distraught. She got shit going on. We don't want to talk about it. There's a case going on. We can't speak about the facts because there's a case. Boom! Like Judge Judy said, bullshit baloney. When I saw that interview, I smelled nothing but a phony cat. There was a fly in the motherfucking Metamucil, as Sophia said over there on the Golden Girls. Bitch, there's a fly in the buttermilk. Something ain't right because at the end of the day, if a bitch come up missing, especially in the black community, we all want to know, white or not. The bottom line is, the mother said, well, we can't talk about it because of the ongoing investigation. We've been advised by the fuzz not to talk about it. Honestly, ma'am, I'm sorry, madam, lady, sister, that's a motherfucking lie. Bitch, if we sitting here looking around Hoover, Alabama, and trying to find out who's abducting young black women and taking them on the side of the highway and making them walk, you know, 6 football fields, which this bitch was recorded on the cell phone talking about it, you know, trying to find the police or call them or whatever the fuck the situation was. We as the public need to know, because most folk, when you think about it and you see somebody has been abducted, especially as when the abductee has been recovered, they put out a public announcement and say what the gentleman looked like or the suspect looked like, what he was driving, what he smelled like, where the fuck he took them. You know, if you watch Law and Order, Olivia Benson, SWV, you know the fuck what I'm talking about, because probably this bitch was watching SWV too. Not SWV, SUV. I'm fucked up. Y'all forget the shit. I have been drinking. But the bottom line, y'all get the gist of my motherfucking story. She fucked around now, and the bottom line is, if somebody is missing, they usually put out what that person looks like, and even if they only have an outline as a rough draft of a sketcher, they put that out to say, hey, look, not immediately all the time, you know, they with the bullshit. Sometimes the police, they try to hold things to themselves. But typically with a black woman making this big headline, and everybody's putting in and everybody's involved, and she's trending and she's going viral with missing, the officers would usually say, well, this is what's going on. I just really didn't believe what the fuck the mama was saying. I understand she trusted her daughter and the fuckery that she was feeding her, but I didn't buy it. So come to find out, this bitch been missing. I'm gonna say this bitch, y'all can see how the fuck y'all want to, say it how y'all want to, take it how y'all want to. I don't give a fuck what backlash y'all give me, just give me comments. And if you come at me wrong, I'm gonna fuck you the fuck up on it when it comes to the word game in the comments. Don't play with me, but at the end of the day, let me know how y'all felt about it. But the bottom line is, I felt like the girl was lying. And it's been proven time and time again. Every time we hear about it in a headline now, it's a lie, because they've retrieved the phone, they've gone through the phone logs, they've combed through her story. You know what I'm saying? You've looked up what the fuck it costs for an Amber Alert. You've looked up one of your favorite movies is Taken and all this. It's just so many things that do not add up to a person that has been abducted. It looks like a bitch like that woman off of Thin Line Between Love and Hate, when she beat the fuck out of herself. Her lip was blood and all that shit. Well, Thin Line Between Love and Hate, that woman took a grapefruit and put it in a stocking and slammed her arm and shit in a shiffer roll. And for those of you of a particular age, y'all know what the fuck a shiffer roll is. Don't fuck around and play me. Y'all know what that is. She slammed her shit up in the door and took the grapefruit and the stocking and, you know, beat her ass, her own ass, and they slid around there and told people that Martin did all that. It's easy to have done that. Now, if y'all watch Fox Soul with Claudia Jordan, Funky Dineva, And Alvin, oh shit, is it Alvin? Somebody hit me out over here. Alvin. Yeah, that's him. And he mentioned a particular disease that people actually lie and put stories out there and embellish, and it's so fucking believable even to themselves that they believe their own lies and their stories. It seems like this is the case with this young lady, because as though it's turning up, she's going to jail. She's going to motherfucking GEL. And I'm not even finna defend the bullshit, because at the end of the day, it was a wolf cry. When I say a wolf cry, basically, we don't know why she did it as of yet, but further evidence that's being revealed every day is telling us a new story, if I may say that. The boyfriend came out at one point of time, as of course, y'all all know, if y'all watch Law and Order, or any of these fucking, anything like that, Snapped or whatever, the person of interest first is usually the spouse. And then they branch out through the family and yada, 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 and friends and stuff like that. So he came on to make sure to clear himself and say, I actually had absolutely nothing to do with her disappearance or her abduction or whatever have you. Now, coming to light is, it was allegedly her boyfriend was cheating with another bitch, and she was doing some shit to get attention. That's a theory. Another theory is, I think she was in med school or nursing school or something, and shit went left for her. She was failing or whatever, and she lay around and had to concoct this whole motherfucking story to go ghost one time to lay around and get some sympathy from her parents and her peers and all this other shit. I don't know what the fuck it was that caused her to decide to make this abrupt bullshit ass fuckery decision. But the bottom line is, the reason I say you're going to jail, bitch, is because at the end of the day, it's too many Google searches. Your man been cleared. You saying you got abducted by a man with an orange hair, with a bull spot in the back of his motherfucking head, round by the top, that part right there in the middle. You say that's the man that kidnapped you, and somewhere along the way he had you around some old white bitch that was feeding you either cheeses or peanut butter crackers out of Walmart. I don't know which motherfucking one it was, but the bottom line is, you sit up there and say the white woman gave you some moisture and grace and fed you some crackers, bitch, to keep you alive, and a little water. Never seen the white woman's face or the white man that with the orange hair with the in the top of his shit. You ain't seen nobody's face, right? It sounds to me as a classic case of some shit that went down on either Taken, which if you looked at it, the main character, his shit wasn't too far from orange. You know what I'm saying? His hairstyle. And he had a little Kissing Me Florida type shit going on right there in the middle, right there in the back. They tried to spray some shit on there, some cover up. You know what the... They tried to spray a little ball of spray on the little cover up right there, but the shit didn't work out, so you know the man had some shit going on. But the bottom line, it sounds like some shit a bitch would have told Olivia Benson over there on Law and Order SVU, Sex Crimes Division, that kind of thing. The math ain't math, and it just don't make sense. And the fucked up part about it is, the being honest and the down to earth part and the honest part, you fucked over resources that could have been elsewhere and better used on somebody who was really actually abducted or missing. You spent time, you had the police working on a case that was null and void, that had no relativity at all. It's fucked up that so many black women and so many other women go missing every day. I think somewhere around 100 or 150,000 women go missing every fucking day, that don't even get the kind of fucking clout and recognition that this young lady got when she claimed to have gone missing and making these fucking phone calls and all this other shit. Bitch, you had time to take off your Apple Watch and your fucking wig, bitch. Are you serious? Who the fuck does that? Ain't no black woman I know in her right mind, even if the abductor took this bitch and he lay around and pulled this bitch by her hair, if she had no other strength at no other point, when he pulled her motherfucking 27 piece, 47 piece, or her kinky and wavy, or her wet nappy, if that bitch reached for her hair, if no other time this bitch felt threatened for her life, a black woman, you fuck with her hair, she will kill you. She will kill you, die, bitch. So there, you is not finna sit up here and tell me this man made this bitch, hey, listen here, bitch, take off that Apple Watch, leave that phone, and leave them ho-hos and them ding-dongs you bought from down there to the Exxon. Leave all that shit in this car. And matter of fact, so I don't have no hair fibers on my carpets and shit. They catch up to me. Take that wig off your head. It'll be better for me with the wig on, bitch, because, listen, you a motherfucking lie, bitch, and you wasted time and resources on women that could have been found or discovered, because normally they say a person is not considered missing in most states until they've been, I think, missing for 48 hours or so, especially if they're over 18 years old, right? So they won't even take the fucking effort to even spend the resources on even going look for a bitch unless you've been missing for 2 days, because they figure you grown. You might have decided you got tired of bitches after COVID, especially, and decided to go the fuck over there to the casino and meet your other half or some other bitch that you've been fucking around with on the side and be cheating and shit and chill the fuck out, and you'll turn up in a couple of days, because according to their research, that's what they say, most adults that come up missing turn up in 48 hours. That's some bullshit. So with that being said, they went looking for this bitch and spent precious time and resources other than on these stupid motherfuckers in a submarine that went down looking at the Titanic. They put resources into a black first person. The same resources they didn't put into George Floyd when he got fucked around and got killed. You know what I'm saying? They didn't jump on the case. When this bitch came up missing, they jumped into action. People in Alabama, they went donating, and now people is asking for their money back now that this bitch done showed up at the doorstep. Drop down in the comments if y'all think the folks that donated the monies for the search and recovery is wrong for asking for a refund, because I think they smell fuckery and bullshit in the water just like the rest of us, and that is why they choose to say this is a hoax. Everybody's saying this is a Justice Smollett move on her part. And I agree, because there are so many other women, I reiterate, that could have been saved or rescued, or more resources could have been put into a woman that was, or anybody for that fact of the matter, that was fucking missing on the back of a milk carton. You know what I'm saying? Back of on a ramen noodle package, rice-a-roni box. You know what I'm saying? That kind of bullshit, because over there in China, I'm pretty sure they don't put them on milk cartons. They put them on rice-a-roni packets and shit. You know, have you seen me? You know, and if you have, mail a bitch a pack of rice-a-roni, or what you call it, ramen noodles. That's it. Remember some ramen noodles, some kimchi, so I can at least, you know, deal with the kidnappers and shit like that. But the bottom line is, they wouldn't normally jump to those kind of efforts. And since they did, and white folk and everybody else jumped in for this rescue and search for this young lady, and this bitch come back with the bullshit about she looking at taking and all this other shit on her phone and how much it costs for an Amber Alert and all that bullshit, those are classic signs of a bitch that lay around and staged some shit and was too stupid to fucking cover their tracks just to feel, you know, precious or loved or missed and all this other bullshit. If that's the case, bitch, you could have went on ahead and planned your own death and funeral and everything. You full of bullshit, bitch. And my bottom line is, for any woman that pulls some shit like this and you take resources away from other people, somebody say, well, I hate to have to put it on her put it on her shoulders for the back on her shoulders for the black community to have said that she fucked up the thing and got everybody looking stupid, because, you know, most times, again, I say they don't do that normally. And it was so fucking crazy that they did this for her. The girl that was killed over in Mexico, it took a while for her to get traction for her story, and she still haven't gotten justice. It is a lot of young black women and old black women, African American, that have not gotten justice for the crimes in which they have been committed against them, whether it be rape, kidnapping, or even, unfortunately, death. We're still looking for resources to find the killer or the kidnapper and shit like that. And they jumped on your case, bitch, like Mr. Gadget. Bitch, they jumped on your case like the mole, bitch. They was on top of your motherfucking shit like Olivia Benson and what her partner name was, or the man that retired and left the show and shit. Him. And Ice Cube and them, everybody looking into your motherfucking shit and trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with you. But there's one detective in the background saying, chewing on a toothpick or a straw. Because probably in Alabama, he probably chewing on straw. They probably ain't modernized the toothpick. He probably chewing on straw at the midnight hour, sitting up drinking moonshine, trying to figure out what the fuck this is to this story that don't make motherfucking sense, and still trying to have empathy for your stupid ass. But bitch, you done went down there and fucked it up for millions of black women. Do I feel sorry for the backlash that you're getting? Fuck no. I feel sorry for your parents, because at the end of the day, their mission was actually it was a thing that was sincere. It was sincerely trying to find out what the fuck went on with their baby girl. And for that, I understand. For that, I commend them. But parents, especially, oh my God, what was that? It was mayonnaise 40. Something 40 back there. They couldn't make food in the background and shit. And I'm ready to get out this motherfucker in a minute. Go back there and give me a couple of these wings and chomp on them. But the bottom line is, I understand you want to stand with your daughter. I understand you want to have her back and shit like that. But at the end of the day, facts are facts. You know what I'm saying? And the facts don't support your daughter saying she was taken like the movie she was looking at on Google before she was snatched up, allegedly. I think, all right, let's spin this shit. AJ Red, what you think? I think the bitch ought to do time in jail. I think they should go on by the house and pick her and that same wig she left up in that motherfucker car when she walked 6 football fields, going down that car in the popo, telling this fucking lie. I think they ought to pick her and that wig up and that same ding dong and ho ho and haul them bitches down into the jailhouse. Cause 9 times out of 10, when you get down to the check-in, they gonna take that shake and go wig and they gonna put that bitch up for when she get to check out. And they may give her them ding dings and them ding dongs and ho ho ho's for, you know, snacks and shit later on, but they might look through it for a manicotti or some shit with a file in it. I don't fucking know. I've been down, I ain't gonna lie, I've been down there to the pokey a couple of times, but bitch, I ain't never sat down there and did no time. But this bitch about to do some time because you spend state money, bitch. You spend city money. Them good white folks ain't got time for you down there in Hoover, Alabama. And then the fucked up part about it, the police got on there on the thing the other day, and they didn't speak anything negative about her at all. They were really, in my heart, in my mind, trying to empathize with her and the family and trying to find out who would do such a thing. Who would put a child out there on the side of the road at night in a pamper, you know, like she said, in a Huggies, and have a woman pull over and then, you know, yank her by her yaki and then make her leave it behind and walk 6 football fields and make the bitch eat cheeses with possible peanut butter on it and smell probably dog and you know, because I'm pretty sure if there was in Alabama in the woods, like she say she walked, bitch, they had about 6 dogs in that bitch. That bitch, if she had any kind of allergies, the police could have sniffed that bitch out in a minute. Because she'd been sneezed up in the backwoods and they'd have found her in a hot tail of a second. But the bottom line, who would do such a thing? You know, who would take a black woman, a strong black woman that's going to medical school and try to make a fool out of her and steal her good coochie? You know, and make her leave her wig behind and her car running with as high as gas as it is nowadays. They left the car running with the lights on and nobody saw a thing. Nobody saw nothing but this bitch. And then somewhere miraculously, through the neighborhood, she's jogging. She getting her Pilates on. You know, she's doing her Tyra Banks, getting through the neighborhood and waving to the motherfucking people on the goddamn rings in the neighborhood, headed to her house. And then somewhere upon the thing, she realized some bullshit, then run the other way and then come back and show up at her poor parents' house. Her poor parents' house with a bloody lip. Her clothes just tattered. You know, she was looking like Kimber Rail say the folk when, you know, burlap sacks and shit like that. Swaddling clothes is what she showed up in at the door. She didn't go out in her lame brand bra. She didn't show up in the shit that she left the house in. You know what I'm saying? And then they're doing Google searches and find out this bitch had a whole bus ticket. Bus ticket? Bitch, that's some Tina Turner bullshit when Act was knocking upside the head and what's Lil got to do with it when she ran out with the children. And he found her mammy fucking ass trying to run in the middle of the night in that El Dorado down into her mama house. Bitch, that's the kind of bullshit you had going on. A Greyhound bus ticket? Bitch, you could at least do a Delta flight. Get yourself at least a Southwest or Frontier or some shit, you know, because Frontier and Southwest, I mean not Southwest, Frontier and Spirit, what nobody really gonna track that kind of shit because they really feel like if a bitch running away, you gonna run away in style. You ain't gonna run away on a Spirit ticket, you know, or Frontier, but I mean, again, they did look deep because bitch, you had a Greyhound ticket somewhere to a bus station somewhere. So they just couldn't find themselves at calm, you know, with her spirit. The detectives couldn't find that to say, we're okay with the bullshit that you telling us, bitch, we gotta look for it. We got to do some detectiving. We gotta look into it. And they pulled her phone records, and it's all the bullshit that they found, that she was Googling stuff like Amber Alerts, the movie Taken, bus tickets and stuff like that. It was too much stuff that was stacked against her at this point now that they're saying, bitch, stand down, June, because you full of bullshit. You see what I'm saying? And this is why we have such issues getting traction when actually women or anybody goes missing. We have traction. And that's what we have. We have so much work to do to get somebody looked for or get the ball rolling. And that's why there's their 48-hour rule in most states when it comes to the police department, when it comes to looking for somebody actively and getting on top of the thing. Yeah, we can all sit up and say now, oh, if it been a white woman, they'd have been out there looking for it. Yes, you know, us people, I'm with y'all. Power to the people. I need me a black pick cone with the fist on it, but I ain't got no afro. But you feel where the fuck I'm coming from. But the bottom line is power to the people, like Florida Evans did over there on Good Time. The bottom line is I'm for that. But things like this and hoax like this that's been put out there in public and pressed upon the black community to say, y'all need to push for this. Y'all need to push for this black girl to be found and shit like that. I don't mind pushing. And again, in another scenario, thank God, because it came across my desk, but it didn't come across my desk as a donation request. You feel me? Because had it had, I probably would give her $10, $20 for the donation search. But just like that white woman that came out on Instagram, I want my fucking $20 back because, bitch, I could have paid for gasoline for another half a week to get to the 9 to 5. Instead of fucking around with you, I could have went down there and bought me a pack of chicken. You know what I'm saying? And a box of macaroni. Because shit is high nowadays. I could have used that money to be necessitarized for myself. That's the word I made the fuck up. Don't go look for it in the dictionary. It's only over here on the AJ Red Show, so don't go look that shit up. I made it up. But the bottom line, get where the fuck I'm going. I could have used that as a necessity to my life or on another black woman like, what her name is, some of these girls that got killed by the police, Miss Bland, Sanders Bland. I can't get the name right now. I've been drinking, don't fucking charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. But the bottom line is Sandra Bland, that's her name. I could have put that money and that research on trying to figure out what the fuck went on with her in that jail cell. Or any of these others that have been murdered by the hands of maybe officers or anybody else in an unjust manner. We could have put those resources into that money into that. We could have been actually on the move with some shit. I don't know, some gay rights shit, I don't know, and some nigga shit, you know, black coalition rights. I could have donated that money to that other than looking for your silly ass while you over here mad because this man looking at somebody else's pussy, bitch, or he fucking around with another bitch. That ain't got, bitch, get over it. Go find somebody else to lick your pussy, bitch, or whatever the fuck you want to do. But the bottom line is, don't sit up here and put the whole United States, or at least all these states, because I'm way over here in Texas, bitch, and you over there in Alabama, you know you ain't even in Chuckalissa, Mississippi, over there down in the Delta where the girls getting naked. You ain't over that, bitch, so why the fuck? What's the point? You wasting my money. You wasting my time. You wasting resources. And now what the fuck have you become? A fool. You have become a public fucking fool. And not only that, you made your parents look stupid. And God have mercy on them. And, you know, they thought process and their emotions. Because I'm pretty sure, because your daddy ain't said shit during that interview. Your daddy was the one that knew. That bitch doing something else. I know my daughter. That bitch somewhere else. This shit don't add up. That bitch was not where she said she was. She wasn't kidnapped by no man. Looked like no motherfucking Louis Anderson. Bitch, that bitch is lying. She wasn't eating no motherfucking cheeses with no motherfucking peanut butter spread on it. She lying. She was somewhere getting some good jug, or trying to get some sympathy, or trying to get out of making these motherfucking grades after she was probably failing in school or whatever. But the bottom line is, the story my daughter's portraying, this bitch is lying. And his face said the same thing the whole time. The mama was the one doing the whole defense. The mama was doing all the talk. Oh, y'all was just making a mockery. And I'm just paraphrasing. And this is the voice I'm using. This is not how she sounds. Oh, y'all making a mockery of my daughter. She's having to heal herself and she's not speaking because... And it's a good thing I'm not a drag queen, right, bitch? Because that would not be doing well. But the bottom line is, she's defending her daughter, saying that she has some healing to do on all that bullshit there. The bottom line is, your daughter fucked us all up, including you, bitch. We all got some healing to do from this one. But at the end of the day, if the F to the B to the I or the police come to the door and arrest that bitch and take her to GEL for whatever in charge, I'm gonna be down there marching with a picket sign. I'm gonna use FMLA at my job to come down there and picket it to keep that bitch in jail and charge that motherfucking ass because she had no business playing around like this. You're playing on our time. We could have been talking about Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union and their son or some shit. We could have been talking about Beyonce's mama having her jewels taken from her mansion. We could have been talking about more important shit that didn't make sense. Instead of talking about important shit that didn't make sense, which is you. It was important in the beginning, but now the shit don't make sense. You feel me? Yeah, y'all smell what I'm stepping the fuck in. Smell it. It's shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck that is. It's shit. That's the bullshit she brought to us down to the table. But all in all said, I'm gonna close on this here note. Let me see what I can find for y'all. A fool gonna be a fool. And it's only left up to another fool to fall for the fuckery that fool is putting out there for everybody else. And right about now, we fell for it because we had a heart. And for those of you who had a heart for her and that wanted her found safe and sound to her family, don't feel bad. Do not feel bad. That makes you a good person. It makes you a vulnerable bitch too, but that makes you a good person. And if you donate it, make sure you go down into the thing and make sure you get your refund, because search is over. We found this bitch. Can I have my 20 back, please? Okay? Yeah. So, but don't feel bad if you fell for her, because at the end of the day, real talk, that means you are actually a person. That means you are actually some type of humanitarian, and you give a fuck about other people that's not even connected to you. That's a good thing. It's a blessing and a curse, but the bottom line is we see it for what it is. It was wrong on her part, and at some point, she's actually going to have to suffer the repercussions of what she's done legally. And I look forward to it because, again, it's not right. If you wanted to be missed, if you wanted to get away from your boyfriend, there were other ways. If he was doing you wrong, there were ways to cut him off. There's this little block button in the settings thing. If you have an iPhone and there's a number, you can go in there and block a motherfucker and keep them from calling you. Trust me, my block game is strong, and my crew behind, they over here talking shit, sucking them chicken bones, but they block game is strong too. So at the end of the day, you have to earn the courage to say if somebody's bothering you in a certain manner that you do not receive, that's bothering your spirit and shaking your emotions, and it seems unbearable. Loose that go, block them. It does not take you to go and build a whole unnecessary case to put the whole nation at on high alert. You know what I'm saying? Because over here in Houston, I cannot honestly tell you with a real number, but I can tell you it's beyond my count that children are coming up abducted at an alarming rate. We're always getting Amber Alerts on the phone, like it's becoming more recent than ever. It could be the grandparent, it could be some random person. The bottom line is those are resources in Alabama. I'm pretty sure that if a child was missing, they could have used that time to use more manpower on finding that child or somebody who was actually missing. And like I said before, Al said on Fox Soul that there's this, and I can't remember the name of it, it's super acidosis or some shit related to that people have this condition. But my thing is, she needs to pay for her crime, because these are tax dollars that I go out and work for every day that was spent on looking for her, that she fucked up. And she needs to pay for her crime, but at the same time, she needs therapy, because if there's something that really is, I'm not saying the woman needs to go behind bars and spend time behind bars. I'm saying she needs to be reprimanded, period. But in the same token, she needs to have a counselor, a therapist, a psychiatrist, or something. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you I'm finna give her a pass because she may have a mental condition, because she ain't retarded. Y'all say you can't say retarded, but I'm gonna say retarded. I don't give a fuck. That's what I was taught in the 80s. That's what they said. Mentally challenged, whatever the fuck y'all wanna call it, it's retarded. If she retarded, if she's slow, she got an emotional situation. She need to go see whoever she needs to see, because I'm pretty sure her parents that got on there with her mama, because her dad ain't said shit. But her parents got on at that back. I'm pretty sure they'd be more than happy to help her figure out her situation. But Yeah, she needs some probation. Matter of fact, put that bitch in jail about 90 days. Yeah, fuck that shit. Put that bitch in jail for 90 days because she spent up a lot of money. We gotta recoup that because, you know, we ain't doing too well as the U.S. with the Biden president, Trump with his orange hair with the swerve in the back right there. It don't matter who the president is by now. We ain't doing too well. Our finance bucket is not running over as far as we know. So the bottom line is, we ain't got no money to waste. So this bitch need to learn a lesson. Lock her up for 90 days and don't give her no record. Let her going back down to the medical school when she can get back in and handle her business and send that bitch to therapy the whole time she in the slammer. Cause she needs to be behind bars for them 90 days. We need that because she needs to learn from her bad ways. She need to repent in the legal system. We gonna make sure that I'm gonna be down there marching at the St. Patrick's Day parade. What do you got coming up? Labor Day. I'm gonna be down there marching with a sign down there in Alabama around the courthouse at Hoover that they give her 90 days at least in the jail system. Let her sit down there and think about what the fuck she did and let her eat that oatmeal and all that bread they got down there and that water that don't let your dick get hard or your clitoris get, you know, that kind of shit. Because they says in jail. I didn't drink it. I was a dehydrated bitch for the time I was in there. I came out with dry lips. I looked like I smoked cocaine or sniffed cocaine because I wasn't drinking shit. You ain't finna fuck with my tilly, bitch. I'm not drinking it. But anyway, I'm done with it. I'll see y'all later on the next episode of the AJ Red Show. I got some other shit I need to be putting out there. I was gonna cover this shit in the AJ Red Show on Saturday, but no, I think this deserves its own award like it's been getting in the public. If this is your first fucking video, go ahead now and hit the subscribe button and all that shit. So when I do these videos and upload them, you're one of the first ones to comment on them, and please comment on them. And when I go live, you're one of the first ones to join me on the live. So I'm now sitting there on CP time waiting on y'all while I'm sipping on my coffee or my Douce waiting on you all to come in. Also, make sure to hit the like button. That's the thumbs up button for those of you who don't know what the fuck that is. That's the thumbs up button. That's the like button. It helps me out a lot. Also, make sure to share these videos. Share them with somebody you know. Share them with somebody you don't know. Share them with a motherfucker you like. Share them with a motherfucker you don't give no fucks about. Because 9 times out of 10, if y'all don't even fuck with each other, I'll be the glue that bring y'all motherfuckers together in the first place. Last but not least, make sure you're also always operating on high vibrations and positivity, and make sure to love yourself first and foremost. And don't forget to love those who love you in the same in return, because if they ain't doing that, they ain't worth the fuck in your life. So go ahead and just cut their ass out and put them on the block list. Take care of yourselves. Love y'all very much. Get the fuck out of here. I'll see y'all in the next video. Ain't that some bullshit? That's too much of that liquor. Love y'all. Y'all holler later.